I'm watching my granddaughter Jessica write out her Jewish New Year cards sitting at her kitchen table. I remember it wasn't that long ago that I was writing out my first set of Jewish New Year cards. It was after the war in the DP camp in Munich, Germany. I remember that card so vividly. On the front of the card had a picture of myself, Minya, and my husband, Muni, and my daughter, Perla, who I named after my mom. She was a year and a half old. On the bottom of the card, written in Hebrew, said Shana Tova Umituka for a sweet and happy new year. And on the back of the card, I hand wrote in Yiddish, from ours to yours, New Year's wishes, Usherowitz. It was so important to me that I carried forward that tradition of sending out Jewish New Year cards. I'd remembered my parents doing it, and I wanted to do it, and I was the sole survivor of my family. My neighbor wanted to use my kitchen in the DP camp because the kitchen in that house was so large. She wanted to start a business. She wanted me to go into business with her as well, but I told her I didn't want to. She could still use my kitchen. But I wanted to take care of my daughter and provide her with the best. So one day, I went to town to buy her a live chicken. I had the chicken in a basket covered with a cloth, and I was on the tram when a German woman said to me, "You're going to suffocate that chicken." And I turned to her and said, "You killed 6 million of my people." There was still so much anti-Semitism in Germany after the war. Muni and I decided it was time to leave Europe. We packed up our belongings and we embarked on our journey to cross the Atlantic to start our new lives in New York City. It was June 1949 and our daughter was 2 years old. We arrived in New York and the Hebrew Immigration Aid Society representative, met us at the dock. My husband Muni was given a job as a butcher. Not a kosher butcher, but a butcher job. But I had always remembered what my mother had said, that after the war we would go back to keeping kosher. So I walked inside a kosher butcher shop and I explained to the man behind the counter that I was coming here to buy kosher meat with the money that my husband was making. And he said to me, "Bring your husband by after work. I'd like to meet him." I did bring Muni by. And not only did he offer him a job, but he made him a partner in the business. The sign over the shop read Paul Muni Kosher Meats. Paul and Muni worked together for many years. He was like a father to us.